You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't. Sephiroth!
Oh.
Coming through.
Yo!
Alright everyone, let's get this party started. Hope you're ready to hit it.
What? Wait, what just happened? What? How did they learn? How did they learn the date? Alright, I'm not even gonna question it. What? Oh, it's the fucking muscle dude. What are they fucking like air humping? What the fuck? Oh boy. Are they gonna have a muscle off?
There he is. Our challenger for the evening.
What? Wait, why didn't he? Wow, coward. Why didn't he go with the more buff guy?
Welcome to our gilded paradise, the Gold Saucer. Neo, art director. And you, sir, are
Cloud.
well, Cloud. Shall we duel?
Let's go.
Now, when fate sets us a challenge, we must rise to meet it.
So why didn't he challenge Barrett? Barrett's more jacked.
You can do this, Cloud.
What is the challenge? I'm just gonna accept it.
Seconds out. And
name is Miles Hanksley. I am Galvanite. My names are synonymous with failure because that's all they know. They don't know how hard I've worked since the reactor. Today, I will prove that I'm not a failure. I am worthy of joining Phenomenova.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. I've been wanting to do a weekly show. I'm like, it's about time. I gotta be uploading more content more. I've been at cons constantly, and I'm like, there's so much stuff I want to talk about. Why don't I set aside a time and make it more of a priority? Man, printing costs, printing numbers and all that stuff and all that stuff eats up so much time. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to really make an effort to make more content, to really get out here more. All right. So we got, what's going on? Skullgrin 140. Evening to you too, sir. Vaughn, what did the game mean by this? Oh, yeah. That I would like to play more games on stream, but I'm always working, man. We do have some video game stuff I might cover. We'll see. Kind of want to keep things kind of loose today. Bobby, great seeing you. We got some Bobby stuff that's going to be coming out soon. Bats, what's up? We got some stuff to talk about in regards to him. Oh, so it's a team book. Yeah, Phenomenova is the name of the team. It's been fresh. Now, finally, we have the team together, which is very exciting. It goes to show no matter how many times you pitch a book, even if people are familiar, they don't really know it, how many times you say information. You always got to keep – it comes exhausted, but you always got to be pitching making sure people know, Phenomenova is the name of the team. Galvanite was always meant to train to join the team called Phenomenova. The book is about the team, but the first two issues really building him up. There's three, it's my character. Films by Saber. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I think I need to make more shorts. I've been gaining some followers, especially Instagram. I've been like uploading them not really to my main Instagram because I was like, my main Instagram's not really about that. I'm like, why not? So now it kind of is. Let's get into some topics. First of all, I want to say, all right. Well, this book that it's like when I was at my busiest, 2 books I edited launched like within days of each other when I'm least able to promote them, between Heroes Con, Denver. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of work, but things are coming together slowly but surely. But hang on, I'm gonna let my friend know. He said he wanted late pledges to be available, but that's just simply not the case. That's unfortunate. Hold on. So my friend, at this book I edited called Last Friday Night, that just ended hours ago. and he was giving me the impression that things are changing, or that things were like going to be late pledges, but that is not the case. So I was going to direct all you guys there. Unfortunately not. But I'll have to see. Let's see if you could find him on socials. I'll put the link to his website anyway. Check it out. Is it going to load? This book, last Friday night that I edited, it was a lot of fun. He's consummate professional. He's great. Took feedback really well. I'd be like, I don't get the story. And slowly seeing it come together has been rough. But yeah. So check out Griswold's so there we go. That's last Friday night. It was a lot of fun to work on that book. Now I want to talk about another book that I'm editing that is closing out soon. I edited the epilogue of this book, but I'm editing volume 2. I've already done my part. I edited the scripts, and that is Screecher by Nick Gibson, Phoenix Press. So if you guys want to check that out, there's 4 days left in the campaign. That is another comic that I am working on. So if you guys want to, check this out, there's an epilogue that was edited by me, and Chuck Dixon even wrote an intro for it. So don't take my word for it. We got tons of stuff, and of course, if you ever see me at a convention, I'd be happy to sign it. So there you go. Take a look at that. Let me go ahead and place that in the private chat. We're getting right into business, and don't worry, I'm going to entertain people. I'm not just going to shill. But the shilling, of course, comes first. Trade paperback time. So I've been thinking about that. There is a trade paperback on the horizon for Phenomenova issue for Phenomenova. But I don't think it's going to, I think we're one campaign. I think I'm going to keep going with the issues a little bit longer. I think that makes more sense for me to just have a little bit longer. As my trade, I'll keep it open. But for now, just know that issue 5 is being worked on, as well as the Wraith Crown. And we're going to talk about all those in just a second. How's it going, John? Hope all things are going well. So let's get into the next thing. I want to see this number just skyrocket. In fact, we're going to go ahead and put this in the chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I am promoting a lot today because I haven't seen you guys in a bit. We're going to get to the fun stuff, but I want to talk about business first because I'm a business owner, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. You know what I mean? So let's talk about, first of all, I want to say Phenomenova issue 4 has been sent off to the printer. I just got my, oh my God, it was a pain going back and forth. I was refreshing emails just wanting it to be done, but unfortunately, it's obviously not going to fulfill in June like I was hoping. Really bothered by that. I'm really sorry. I mean, I made sure that the digitals came out. Those did come out on time. So everyone, if you back Phenomenova issue 4, even if you backed a physical tier, you got a digital copy for you to read. So everyone has issue 4 digitally, everyone. But the physicals are most likely not going to be in your hands until, and I hate this, either later July or August. And I tried everything I could. And it's been rough. And so I apologize sincerely on that. To be honest, everything kind of came together with the road trip. And there were multiple times where I was ready to send it to get formatting, and I would notice an error, and that would put me back a couple days, which would then this. And then twice I'm about ready to do it. Oh my God, error. And then I do that. And obviously there comes a point where you have to just send it off. But it was like done a few times. And then there was just some other stuff that was out of my control. It was a busy time for my printer, busy time for me. When everything came together while I was in the midst of a bunch of cons. And also there was a lot of things that were behind schedule, as you guys know. But we did a better job of keeping our schedule with issue 4. So issue 4 is done. It's sent to the printer, and as soon as it is ready, fulfillment will begin. My hope is it's ready sooner rather than later, but I always prepare for the worst. So fingers crossed. It is beginning printing. Hopefully it'll even be done sooner than expected. That would be fucking fantastic. That reminds me, I gotta send some stuff. I'm just today and the last couple of days, me just making sure that I'm putting everything on track for both this and getting issue 5 ready. So we just roll right into that. I'm doing a lot of busy work, but I'm hoping to keep things moving along swiftly without driving myself too crazy. A little crazy, but not too crazy. And I also want to make sure that I have time to just entertain you guys. So with that in mind, keeping things ahead of schedule, I want to go ahead and say, so Phenomenova issue 5 is already 5. We're almost, it's about like 10 pages have been inked. I've been getting the thumbnails for up to like 13 or 14, I think was the last thumbnail turned in. So that has been great. And the Wraith Crown, the interior line art is completely done. Both of those books are going to launch side by side in August. As soon as issue 4 is fulfilled, we're launching into this book, which is why we are going to start this stream with the launch of my sign-up list. God, muscle memory. I'm so used to typing 4. Hold on. Yep. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and pin that in the chat. I need a beanie. Why do I need a beanie? Let's go ahead and pull this up. So it's a bit of more of a teaser than anything. That's not the final image, but it's something. I wanted to wait before I showed more. We got Phenomenova issue 5, ladies and gentlemen, is coming soon. Not only that, but we also, this is false. This is completely false. There will be no Friday the 13th part 5. Bobby is the biggest defender of this piece of shit movie, Friday the 13th part 5. It sucks. Like, it's not a good movie. I do have a cowboy. Real fans know. So everyone go ahead and sign up. The thing about this is the faster these campaigns fund, the more I could, the more time I could spend, working on the next one or doing other stuff or making streams and whatever. And so it's been great. Yeah, this is like going to be a fast turnaround time as well. Issue 4 is still a fast turnaround time. It's still a little behind. I keep overestimating things, like how long certain things take. Again, I was on the road, so I do apologize that it's going to be probably like fingers crossed. Like, I'm hoping to have them fully shipped out by the end of July. Fingers crossed they will. Worst case scenario, some of them will be in August, but should be fast. I'm just saying this for KP's feel a true surprise when 5 comes out. I've seen them. Trust me, they're in there. That's just not the case. You should get an actual Wraith Crown made. You know how to do that? Is the Gay Man in a turtleneck in Wraith Crown? He is not, but he did write it. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but yeah, make sure you guys are signed up. And that's been exciting. I'm thinking of all the busy work, logistical work I have to do. Oh boy, it's been a lot. The work never ends, and often I'm like, did I get anything done? But yeah, I did. So now that we've talked about me for a bit, let's talk about I'm watching movies again for a while. For the first time in a while. And it's been kind of fun. It's been fun getting back into the movies, and it's more exciting. Like, I'm more excited than this than a lot of other stuff. And it's weird. It's a really weird thing, to be honest. Like, that everything's great. Thank you so much, John. Yeah, no, I hate being even a little behind because my backers, like, it's my word is my bond. And I overpromise sometimes, and I forget how long certain things take. But I'm really trying to get things in your hand faster and faster. Have you seen Perturb Pedro's favorite movie, Supergirl? Is that his favorite movie? That's been a whole controversy, right? Supergirl. I'm really invested in this, as you guys could tell. I'm really invested in the whole Supergirl con. It's very important to me. Couldn't be more important to me, to be honest with you. To be fair. Yeah, I gotta make my tweet. I should have had this ready to pull up. We've had a mixed amount of what's going on. Yeah. So let's talk about some movies that have come out. So I want to talk about so there's Obsession, Backrooms, Michael, and Citizen Vigilante. Now let me start off by saying one of these movies is not like the other. I'm not just talking in terms of genre. In terms of what to talk about, well, first of all, I want to say one of the things that's being proven lately is you don't really need to be part of the Hollywood machine to succeed. You don't need the crazy budgets. So the fact that something is taking off on social media is huge, in a lot of regards. Now, obviously, you need people to retweet stuff, you need people to talk about it. But when I was going on these road trips and getting ready for the road trips, which ate up so much time, I wasn't able. I'm glad Obsession was in theaters for so long. Same with Backrooms, and same with a lot of stuff. Same with Michael. Glad that was in theaters, even though I didn't end up seeing it in theaters. I'm kind of pissed about that. But it was like now while I'm on the road trip again, everything was coming at once. There were movies I wanted to see. There was comic book work I wanted to do, and it was just crazy. And it was like my feed was nonstop Obsession, and I would keep seeing this chick. And I'd kind of try to avoid spoilers, but it was crazy how much stuff was coming out and getting on there. And it's like, it's funny. I see this guy, they're like, Curry Barker is 26. And then you have this other kid who's 21, and they're both blonde kids. And I'm a blonde kid that wanted to start my career with a horror movie. And I'm like, they're making millions. And I'm walking out of the convention, a Denver Fan Expo, and I'm like, did I make the wrong call? Did I not switch to comics? These guys are making so much, but then you have to be grateful. I'm very grateful, and I don't take that as like I'm very grateful for everything I've done and everything I've accomplished. But I do want to make a horror movie now. Like I caught the film bug again. But dude, that's the thing about being independent is the amount of hours you spend on production and stuff. And logistical work and budgeting and what I like about comics is like I'm worrying about things like variant covers. I'm like, I don't even need those really. Like I can cut those down, and it's like I just need enough to like help me boost my sales a little bit. But you look at my imagination isn't as limited when it comes to comics. I know I did miss He-Man. Apparently it was good. Dude, the Highland Houndsman, I would love to. Or I have other ideas too. But Highland Houndsman, I'd really like. It will only really be a big deal if non-horror indie goes big. That's true. Indie horror tends to always do better than like other stuff. Like, for example, if Citizen Vigilante like wasn't bad. Because like, all right, here's the thing too. Like, that movie, it wasn't good. I was like, Uwe Boll movie? Really? That's the one that's taking off? Guys, it's bad. Like, a lot of people are like, yeah, but it's the message. Like, all right, where have I heard that before? Yeah, but it doesn't matter if the movie is good. The message is what matters. It's like, all right, we doing this again? Like, you're supposed to entertain people. And it's just like, I just don't think it was a good film at all. I think it was actually pretty bad, to be honest. We make it naked axe chick in the show. Wouldn't it be AX, not AXE? Isn't AXE the spray? Or it's also, well, no, not always. It can be. but it cannot be. Depends on what we're comparing it to. If we're comparing it to action movies, probably. But here's the thing: there's multiple different, kinds of movies. Yeah, no, I definitely want to. Like I said, it's easier said than done. Yeah, Uwe Boll seems to be like all over the place. I don't know if I'd say he's a grifter, but he seems to be all over the place. But there's this Uwe Boll video that he made when his Kickstarter didn't fund, and this is what I'll do. This is the thing I'll do if I don't get like funded. I'm gonna do this. So his Kickstarter failed to fund. So he goes, this is how he reacts to it.
So here's Uwe Boll, and that is the last update. We have only 4 days to do with the Rampage campaign. And that was my third campaign now, after Postal 2 failed, after Indiegogo for Rampage 3 failed, and now Kickstarter failed too. And basically my message is, fuck yourself, because that is so fucking absurd. What retarded amateur idiots collecting money on that absurd website. We get approached by people like Kickstarter. Do it, and you have hundreds, thousands of people contacting you to make a fast dime to say, I can push your campaign and I get 10% of whatever you collect. And it's all fucking bullshit, and I will never do it in my life again. For me, crowdfunding is absolutely dead. Goodbye. And it looks like nobody gives a shit about Rampage 3, so maybe I shouldn't do it then. I have enough money to play golf till I'm dead. And I was willing to do all of this as the campaigns to make any money. I want to do Rampage 3 because it is an important movie. But it looks like you're easier giving $600,000 if you make a movie about some retarded wizard in the forest, or for another whatever Marvel Avengers bullshit dirt. So goodbye and goodbye Hollywood.
So there we go. As you can tell, I'm listening to a lot of the Michael Jackson lately. Good shit. But yeah. Oh, I didn't know that he retired. Okay. Who's lucky? By the way, guys, let's keep those numbers going. Let's keep those numbers rising. But yeah, that's Uwe Boll. Indeed. So it's been kind of, let's see. I want to see if we can get these numbers up. I'm going to go ahead and post this on Twitter. Let me go ahead and play something real quick while I want to make this Twitter post, but I don't want to distract from the stream. If only I had like a technical assistant to just write my shit for me. But I do not. So instead, what we're going to do, there's so much shit to talk about. And I think, like, again, the fact that Hollywood, it's kind of an interesting thing where it's like social media, it's a blessing and a curse, right? But it does decentralize people when used in a way. I think, like, people have their issues with Elon, and that's fine. But I think him buying Twitter was so huge for pop culture as a whole and for the world that it's not all centralized. And I think that's important. I don't know, Bobby. I don't know. But there's been a lot of announcements. And I don't know if you guys have seen Obsession, Michael, or Backrooms. Because another thing, why am I mentioning Michael? That was a multi-million-dollar movie, right? It was the biggest pop star of all time. Well, I don't know about Hollywood specifically, but a lot of people have been dedicating a lot of time, money, and energy into tearing down Michael Jackson. A lot of people, it's kind of great, are kind of coming around to, hey, maybe a lot of things that were said about him weren't true. And I think one of the things that's interesting is really seeing things shift around. But when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, right? Like, one of the main things, it was the critics versus the fans on Rotten Tomatoes. And and one thing I wanted to talk about was like, look at this, right? Had no bearing on the box office. The box office was fucking great. I thought the movie was fantastic. And I'm kind of amazed that, like, well, I guess the critics just really, what were the criticisms of this movie, by the way? I never really looked into it. But I'm curious as to like what the critics didn't like about it, because I thought it was so well done. Our critical consensus: while Jafar Jackson's smooth moves bring the King of Pop to uncanny life, the musical biopic mostly plays like a greatest hits album that could have benefited from including liner notes to give actual insight into the icon. I don't what, but the movie totally goes into who he was as a person. It totally goes into this. I disagree with that entirely. You get a lot of like who he was as a person in the movie, between the scenes of him talking about how he wants to donate to the burn. He gets into the burn ward. He wants to donate to everybody. How he's constantly, whenever he's in his room, he's thinking about Neverland. How he wants to be a kid again. He's very childlike. You learn so much about him as a person, to the point where there are better known songs. But in my opinion, and this is a song that I don't know if I had ever really heard, maybe once or twice, but there are like, there's the song Human Nature that the movie, if the first time I listened to it, I was like, yeah, it's whatever. And then it's really grown on me as probably one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. And I think it really embodies who he is as a person. And they spent a lot of time in the movie. And second of all, what's wrong with a tribute concert? If we're having his nephew play Michael Jackson and sound like him, I'll do it all, because I forgot, like, they basically play almost entire songs in this movie, tribute concert. Okay, fine. So what? I love that. Really? Listen, they were expecting and wanting a hit piece because that's their mainstream narrative, and they were mad they only covered almost exactly the first half of his life. Another thing, too, from what I understand, is they actually were going to address some of that in this movie. And then they had filmed it. I'm going to look into it. We'll talk about, by the way, we're going to host a whole discussion on this movie tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's already scheduled. So keep an eye out for that. But from what I understand, they filmed and we're going to address some of that. Jermaine never acted in a film before, so this is first. Did Jermaine act in it? Or Jafar? Because I know Jafar, yeah, that's interesting. Jafar killed it. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know about Titanic. Maybe. I read somewhere that the Pepsi commercial was the exact halfway point of his life. Yeah, he died pretty young, dude. Michael Jackson died pretty young. And what he accomplished after, because I've been doing when I was driving home from Garden State, or was it driving there or driving home? I think it was driving there. I listened to Off the Wall, that album, and then on the way back I listened to Thriller or something like that, like, right? And then yesterday I listened to Bad, that whole album in the morning, and then I listened to Dangerous last night, and then earlier today while I was working, I was like, fuck it, and I put on History, Part 1, that album, which the first half is greatest hits, so I didn't listen to that. But the second half of that album is entirely new content. It's 15 new songs. And I listened to that, loved that. Dude, like, he doesn't have a bad, like, all of his albums have A-list songs and a lot of songs that I've never heard of that are really good. The media would accuse the film of victim shaming. So this is another thing. I understand, like, people, and everyone's guilty of this to some degree, right? We want to be like, oh, the media is going to do this, but it's like we're going to allow them to dictate. If we build things around how someone's going to take something out of context, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I remember that. Vividly. It was a huge deal when Michael Jackson passed away. Yeah, Thriller's a good pick. We'll go through all this tomorrow. But I think it goes to show people are just kind of sick of it. And I think, I'll be honest, I teared up a few times during the movie, and I got the chills a few times with how accurate he was to Michael. But I teared up because it's like, I know you listen to some of what Michael went through, and it's just kind of heartbreaking. You know? Yeah, look, here's the thing. They're going to bomb the second one no matter what. Like, literally no matter what the movie does, they will bomb it. That's just a fact. They are. Yeah, well, no, they'll just keep making up new stuff. I used to be like a kind of neutral on it, and now I'm like looking into it, and I don't buy it. Michael Jackson was my favorite singer when I was a kid. I think I still have the book somewhere. Yeah, he's the king for a reason, dude. I'm going through his albums. Not a bad one. I don't know if I have a favorite yet. I mean, Thriller is an easy one just because it's so many iconic songs, but he didn't lose his touch at all. So you could say, oh, he peaked here. Like Dangerous, that album is like the punchiest one, right? It's like every single song's bam, 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 bam. Like he just kept trying new things. Oh, I've heard. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Is that one good? Right. The man and the music. That is what's important, right? Like that's another thing. I'm sure the fact that he was a Christian had nothing to do with why people hate him, because we all know the entertainment industry is not at all anti-Christian. Not at all. Just saying. It's not like they're pretty open about the fact that they don't like Christian religious types, and that every time an actor is like openly Christian, they shame them for being crazy. God forbid you be Christian in a Christian country. Anyway, yeah, so I think Obsession and Backrooms I really dug. Obsession, right before Backrooms, right before I watched the movie, I went and I watched the original short film, which is fucking excellent. They got me a few times with like some of the jump scares that were really well done. It was really had me on the edge of my seat. And I was like, this motherfucker. So now I gotta get back into filmmaking. But yeah, I mean, it just shows like you just got to keep putting yourself out there and like hope that the right amount of people kind of shine a light on it, And the problem is, and I've gotten this where it's like you want to chase the algorithm, and it's like that's fine, but ultimately you'll always find you're mooching off of someone else, right? Like I love talking about things that are popular because I'll be honest, if I talk about something like Michael Jackson or American Citizen, like all that stuff does lead to a boost, right? But the fact of the matter is, are they there for me or are they there for that? And I like to talk about this stuff like in general. I'll always find myself, this is an honest God truth. It sounds weird to say, but I'll find myself like having conversations with myself, like imagining I'm talking to someone about the nerd shit. And that's kind of one of the things I like about this is I actually get to like bounce off of people. That's why I like having panel streams, but I'm like, you know what? I can't keep waiting on other people. I want to just fire up a stream and see who comes. And so far, it's been good. And I think I really just need to have a regular time slot. So VAUGHNCAST is going to be a regular thing. Yeah. So real quick, the only problem with the movie is certain people in the estate are galvanized. Like his lawyer turned out to be a huge piece of shit that snakes him, but he's portrayed as a saint in the movie. He's in Michael's estate. I should work in a movie. Raise Fish treasure trove info and all this. Gotcha. I'll look into that. Yeah, I think the next one's going to be rough. At first I was like, man, they really covered all the hits of this one. They even did Bad. And then I'm listening to the other albums. And I haven't even gotten to Invincible yet. I'm about to get to, because that was his last album, I think. And I'm like, okay, never mind. They have no shortage of stuff because they still have to cover the rest of Bad, like Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal, Dirty Diana. Leave Me Alone is definitely going to be, because, I mean, that's going to describe his mental state. So I think it's going to be like, Bad is going to continue with like the good stuff. Then it's going to go there. Then Dangerous. That's going to be a fun one. Why You Want to Trip on Me was not a song I knew at all. And then that I could think of. And Bobby said it was one of his favorites. And I listened. I'm like, this is good. And then Nick Capone, another friend of ours. 3 of us are collaborating on something. Nick Capone was like, "Oh, Dangerous" in that whole album. So I listened to that whole album, and that whole album for the most part. There's a few slow songs in there, has that just punchy feel. It's like he kept leveling up his game, and people are like, he's the king of pop, but his stuff doesn't sound like anyone else's. He was able to do everything, and it's great. Watching movies is for nerds, says MSK. Bullshit. Watching movies is for everyone. Fuck you. Film is out for everyone, you know? Dude, also, what they did, one of the biggest crimes, you realize, like, all right, the Sonic series ended up being okay in terms of, I want to be clear, in terms of soundtrack. There was always a lot of good stuff. Like, I'm glad things worked out with Crush 40, but fuck, dude, can you imagine, like, throwing aside Michael Jackson because of the current allegations, like, you have to understand, he was the biggest musician in the world. He was a huge Sonic fan. They based Sonic on him. He was, like, over the moon getting to work on that. The fact that that fell through is so upsetting. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to make a short on it probably, or a video on it. Michael worked on Sonic 3, right? And to the point where I was listening to, what was the jam, that Michael Jackson song, the first song on Dangerous. And there's a part where I'm like, that part was literally right. There was a whole part of Sonic 3, one of the soundtracks, that was exactly the same as a part in that song. It's crazy. And I was like, holy shit. Stranger in Moscow is the end credit scenes of Sonic 3. There's multiple parts. Jam, I want to say Jam was Casino or Carnival Night Zone, I think. According to some sources, he wanted it pulled before they cut him off. Really? That's interesting. But yeah, so when they re-release the game, it's different. It sounds fucking great. But yeah, it's been nuts. Just all of that. Seeing Hollywood basically get flipped on its head. And this is where things are surreal. I'm seeing Mandalorian and Grogu, which I didn't realize that show ended so long ago, that the last Star Wars movie was like 7 years ago. How the fuck does that happen? You know what I mean? Like, how does that happen? Where it's so not culturally relevant. Now, I haven't rewatched the originals, and probably with the exception of the very first one, like, I haven't rewatched Empire, I think, since I was in middle school or high school. Same with Return of the Jedi. It's been over 10 years, which is pretty bad. But, like, dude, I'm seeing, like, it's 25% off. They had, like, 25% off on all the Mandalorian merch. And this is a relatively recent movie. Meanwhile, I have movies like Sonic 3 where it's like you have to get everything right away or else it's gone. And I'm like, this is nuts. Some things just take off. And I think isn't it a crazy time? It's a crazy time when, like, Mandalorian, Star Wars is failing, but then you have the Sonic movies are kicking the shit out of, like, Star Wars. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, that's just where we are. And I think, I don't think we're necessarily, like, I don't think Hollywood is dead, right? And that's one of the main things I want to say is I don't think it's necessarily dead, but I think there's stranglehold on entertainment that you have to go into Hollywood. They're going to try and make it, like, gatekeep YouTubers more. And I think they're going to try and, like, make everyone conform to their ways and make sure that, like, here's what I think a lot of Hollywood's going to do is try and gatekeep who succeeds and who doesn't, right? Oh, well, we want to make sure that that's not, like, if someone doesn't play ball with Hollywood, like, look at how mad they got out of PewDiePie. Fucking PewDiePie. You know what I mean? Like, that's so, like, the fact that they went after him is just so weird. But again, it's when they're threatened. I've learned this, certainly. When you're over a target, you tend to get the most pushback, right? someone, if you're not relevant, like people might make fun of you, you know, whatever. Don't get me wrong. Like when I had my YouTube channel, everyone would be like, "Gay!" When I was a little kid just starting out. I mean, they still do, they still do that, but like, I think one of the things that is really important is things are changing for sure, but the old guard is always going to try and change things, and they're going to have to accept that things are not going to be the way they've always been. If you've ever played Donkey Kong 3, listen to the track Hot Pursuit. You will hear a small amount of similarities to They Don't Care About Us. That's interesting. I'm planning on watching Evil Dead Burn, Clayface, Insidious, and Spider-Man. I have hope for all of them. I don't really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, to be honest. I don't dislike him as an actor. I just don't think that the character to me doesn't really feel like Spider-Man. So to me, I'm like not... I haven't watched the Clayface trailer. I watched the first Insidious. I liked it, but I haven't watched the rest. And Evil Dead, I've seen the first two, and I need to see the rest of those. I haven't seen the rest of that franchise. I need to get back into it. Clayface, yeah. You know what? I haven't watched the trailer. Let's go through the trailer. I kind of like having a laid back stream. Let's see this. Oh, I forgot it's not sharing. Avengers Doomsday. That's the thing. Like, where are we at where I don't give a shit about Avengers Doomsday? Like, that's child me's dream, but I don't know if I'm jaded. It's just maybe I just don't care for the same things. I don't know. So it looks like it's going full horror. So is this part of which universe is this a part of? And is Batman not going to be in it at all? It's also interesting because, like, all right, so Clayface is a Batman villain. Here's the thing: even the 20th most well-known Batman villain is more well-known than a lot of heroes A-listers. Let's be real, right? But Clayface is you ask your average person, they won't even know him, right? So it's really interesting that they're doing this. It's Matt Hagen. Yeah, okay. So I was going to ask if that's Matt Hagen or Basil because they're both actors. Well, actually, no. Correct me if I'm wrong. Matt Hagen wasn't originally an actor in the comics, right? Wasn't it Basil Karlo that was the actor? And then they mashed the two together because I know the show's version is Matt Hagen. But my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that the first one with those powers was Matt Hagen, but they wanted to keep the actor part from the original, and so they mashed the two together for the animated series, is my understanding. That's my understanding. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But what was Matt Hagen, though? Is it part of the Battinson universe? The movie nobody asked for. That is true. Nobody asked for it. But sometimes no one asks for Obsession. This is where I'm at a point where and apparently Masters of the Universe was actually good and the fans liked it. And it's sad that bombed because I think people are going to learn the wrong messages. But I just don't know if people really care about Masters of the Universe outside of the people that grew up with it. Truthfully. That's what I thought. I thought he wasn't. Yeah, that would disappointed me when I was a kid. I was like, Scarecrow's the villain of Batman Begins. And he's like, not really. He's like in it for a little bit, but he's not the main villain in that movie at all. And I was like, oh. Damn. I like that he's in all three movies, but yeah. Oh, okay. Exactly. And that's the thing. I think people are uncertain. A lot of people are going to be testing the waters, figuring out What's good? What's not? I don't know that. Because here's the thing: we go from Superman did well, and now we see Supergirl not doing well. The MCU became too formulaic for its own good. Comics are inherently different as a medium than film. I understand that. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I heard it was good. I didn't watch Creature Commandos. Never saw it. Never saw it. I'm going to make this tweet now, and we're going to go ahead and nothing about Superman. Was Superman not good at the box office? I thought that movie did well. Is that not the case? I thought that was the case. I thought it did well. Am I wrong? I think Hollywood is in a weird time. And I think, all right, so something like Citizen Vigilante, I don't see Hollywood making. I'm talking like a good version of it. That's that blunt and honest. They'll be like a very much, oh, we got to water it down. Make sure, I get it. Because that's one of the things I will say the movie is very raw, but that doesn't, but I just wish the movie around that was good. You know what I mean? But Human is good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing: anything can be made into a popular franchise. That's the problem. Anything can be made into one. Superman barely did well, and it's Superman. That movie needs to do great. Yeah. This is true. This is true. Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have that. It would be like a racially diverse gang. Yeah. Admiral Austria will fix this. Amen to that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind everyone, sign up for Phenomenova issues 1 through 5, X the Wraith Crown. Let's see if we can get to 10 on this stream. Dude, muscle memory. Phenomenova issue 5, issue 4. Let's begin. Hang on, I'm just typing this out real quick. Talk amongst yourself. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how far we can get this. It's not even like I don't even have an official image yet. It's being drawn. That's going to feature both campaigns. But I think it's important to just kind of show what's going on. I'm just spreading this out, and then you. All right, there we go. Getting canceled doesn't really mean anything anymore. Just like how the term woke doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with that. I'm kind of understanding that too, where it's like I used to be really afraid of it because I was like, well, maybe we could reason with people. How are we against cancel culture? I kind of realized a lot of people actually like it because their values are literally just you should destroy people's lives over this agreeing. Thank you so much, dude. Same to you, brother. Same to you. Is this the part where we talk about Netflix using AI to bring back Gene Wilder? Is that true? No. Ever tell you guys I went to Gene Wilder's house when I was a kid? My grandparents are friends with him. I don't remember him. I wish I did. Maybe deep down in my psyche, there's some memories. But yeah. No, don't do that to him. Thanks, brother. Everyone could retweet that. That'd be great. Yeah, we got but very VAUGHNCAST, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. The Oompa Loompas launch a union strike. I will put the post in the comments, Mr. Sauce. I will put the post in the comments, dude. So VAUGHNCAST, ladies and gentlemen, very good show, I would say. Now, what else do we want to talk about, boys? Because I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. But I think, overall, what we're going to see is the landscape is changing. And that's why I think there's always been pressure on YouTube because it competes with Hollywood. Then it's more like Hollywood fears losing money in the box office. They won't take risks. That's the problem. That's why they always. But then they'll see something like Obsession, and it's just the truth is we don't always know, and that's the honest to God truth. Even when it goes to a convention, I have a general idea now of what I can make, but then I'll go to the same convention, and it'll be months later, and it'll be kind of different. You don't know. You do not know. And so it's trying to find something that works. And I think that's why people want franchises because they want safe bets, right? Oh, people like Star Wars. People like Star Wars. So if we put this amount of money into this, we'll get this much. We'll get this much. And the number will keep growing because people keep talking about it. No, it's falling. All right, we need a new franchise to do that with. And I think there's some good with that. I'll be like, I can say it like Phenomenova issue 4 funded faster than issue 1. Well, issue 1 actually funded pretty fucking fast. I take that back. But it was kind of like issue 1, then you see things kind of go ups and down. I mean, overall numbers are the same, but like issue 4, within I think the first 24 hours, I had over 100 backers. Maybe even within the first couple of hours of the campaign, to be honest, if I remember correctly. Things just like I just launched, and it's like people want that consistency. And the thing is, Hollywood often takes that with being safe with things people have wanted before. But the fact of the matter is, people don't know they want something until it's there. You know what I mean? Like, okay, people wanted Citizen Vigilante so much so they kind of try and make it out to be more than what it was. But they, the point of the matter is, and I don't mean to keep dogging on the movie, but it's I understand it was necessary, but it's like people there's things people want, there's ideas people want, and sometimes something just strikes you at the right time, the right way, and it just hits. And sometimes you work forever on something, or something in theory is right up your alley, and it just passes you by. And I can't explain it. It's hard to really gauge what's going to take off and what's not going to take off, right? It's difficult. And I think the fact of the matter is, what they're realizing is us YouTubers, people like us, people in the indie scene, are gonna start being important, and the audience is gonna kind of decide. Like, again, to Citizen Vigilante's credit, as much as they keep dogging on the movie, it's not well made. It's all this goofy stuff, and yet it's getting more traction than a lot of Hollywood movies, and it'll probably make more than some movies that people worked really hard on. that did all the bells and whistles, that made sure it went through all the diversity checks or whatever, that made sure it had producers, that made sure it was better shot. And so I think what people are starting to realize is people just need shit that's going to garner interest. And every time that happens, people want to capitalize on it, right? Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. You know? Yeah, there's a scene in Citizen Vigilante that no one's talking about suspiciously, very strange, where, all right, so I'll describe the scene in detail. He goes into this den of debauchery, as you will, right? And I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, it's a strip club. There's all these women in lingerie on the side. I'm like, oh, are these like hookers? And hold on a second. We'll continue on that note. But in the spirit of being an online prostitute, Ein and Prime Investigations for $5. Thank you so much. Says Stupid Chat. You're $5 richer than EVS now. Well, thank you for the money, pal. I appreciate it. High roller here. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, Citizen Vigilante, I'm not saying don't watch it. You know, it's free, but just don't. If you're just get ready for boring shit, because that's the thing. Everyone's like, you watch the movie and you think it's like this romp. Dude, there are scenes where they'll be like loading guns for like a good 2 minutes, and like, why the fuck is this in the movie? Or just shit that's like doesn't add anything to the plot. Or there's a scene where they're moving in. We got to move into this compound. And it's like slow moving in, but it's not like The Raid where it's like everything's methodical and building up tension. It's like, we have all this extra footage and I want to use it. Can we use it, please? It's like that. Anyway, back to my point. Yeah, so let's talk about the hooker scene. Okay, so they are going in and he's like, this girl, maybe this girl, maybe this girl. And then it's like the darkest chick, from what I remember. He goes up to her, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's like she's Middle Eastern or something, and he's getting information. Because there's always, like, you look, Drive has a scene like that, and a lot of these stories, like, there will be even Batman stories, like in The Killing Joke, where they're talking to prostitutes, trying to get information. I'm like, okay, well, surely he's getting information. So or Taxi Driver, right? Where he gets Jodie Foster's character, he's like, I'm actually trying to get you out of here. And I'm thinking that's where it's going. And then he pays the prostitute, right? And I'm like, okay, goes in. He goes, they get in the room and I'm like, all right, now as soon as they lock the door, it's going to be like, all right, I know your secret, or I need you to help me find this person. And I'm thinking it's going to be something like that. And then he goes, take your top off. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the girl takes her top off and I'm like, well, maybe they'll get like do information. And then he just starts, she like goes down on him. And then it's just like a whole sex scene. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then he kind of like, he's like, oh, I own the building, whatever. Because the main guy is like a landlord. And he's like, make sure you clean up the moss. And then he leaves. And I'm like, oh. And she doesn't come back again. I don't like, I think Uwe Boll might have just been horny. I don't know why that scene was in the movie. And I'm not like prudish or anything, but I'm like, this is the like, I'm like, why is this in the movie? We watched it. Pacing was awful. That's what I'm saying, dude. If you did some version, then he would hate press. Yeah, well, I don't even like, and I'm not sitting here grandstanding. Like, I like leaving Las Vegas. I don't think that makes him like a horrible person. Like, I don't think everyone who's seen a prostitute is like a horrible person, right? It's not what I'm saying. I'm just like, why was that in the movie? Like, what? like, it just happens, and then we just move, and we don't address it again. And I'm not like super prudish, right? Like, I don't care about that. I'm not like the character. Everything he does is invalid now because he fucked the hooker. I'm like, no. Like, all right. Like, I remember writing a script. It needed to fucking rewrite, but there was a scene where this guy, he fucks a hooker. I don't think it's like. And it was like he's lonely and he can't find anyone. And it was meant to like kind of do that. And it's also to show the kind of lifestyle the character's leaving, to show flaws of him. And that's fine, right? I'm fine with having scenes like that. But I was just like, what? And then it's like there's a bunch of the movie is a bunch of non sequiturs that like kind of link up, I guess. But it's not like you could go, this scene connects. It's like it'll just something happens, and then they're like, oh, okay. And then like for example, there's these piece of shit kids. Then he comes back and he beats the shit out of these kids because they're being fucking assholes. And then it'll be like now he's targeting this judge, and now he's targeting, and it's like, what is happening? Like, hello? It's just like it's hard to describe unless you've watched the movie, but it's so oddly paced. They also do this weird time displacement, and it's like normally in a movie like Pulp Fiction, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Wait, so like when did this character die? Because we see him die, and then it cuts back. Okay, so this takes place here, then here, then here, and you have fun with it. I don't even give a shit enough. 9 out of 10 prostitutes in Europe are sex slaves to Middle East cabal. That's what I thought they were going with that. That's what I'm. All right, so I thought because the girl he goes with is the darkest of the girl. Like there was the blonde girl that looks at him, the more like German looking girl, and then this girl with brown eyes, like the kind of like curly hair. She's got dark, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's gonna be like, I know about your Middle Eastern or your dad's prostituting you or something like that, and then he just fucks her and leaves, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're just gonna like, all right. I don't know why that scene in particular, because there's also a scene where like he talks about his dad or something, and for the life of me, I'm like, what? Like it was so fucking boring. Where he goes to that one bar during the day, and she's like, "Can you watch the bar?" Like, what was that scene? It's just like it's just shit. It's just the dumbest shit. And I like, okay, like he has some good monologues, some base stuff, but the movie is ultimately not good. Or like, okay, the whole movie could have been about that gang rank subplot and him going after the judges and whatever. But instead we have scenes of him fucking a hooker and scenes of him beating the shit out of kids in the park instead of shit that matters. Oh, it's really cool that he went to the fucking board meeting. I mean, I guess that tells him some stuff about this. Dude, I get it, man. Writer's block is a serious thing. I've been there. I'm better at it now. But to me, it's like I find something to distract myself from. And I want to write new IPs and new stories, but every time I think of all the startup work and all that, and I'm like, fuck. Like if I could I'm at a point like I would sell ideas, but I just know they kind of ruin all of them. That sucks. Is there a scene where someone asks who he is and he turns around and says citizen vigilante? No, but is that phrase used in the movie? It might be. Dude, it's like the shittiest news broadcast of all time. The whole movie's free on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure I'd get copyright strike if I play it on YouTube, right? It's not free to. I can't just play it, can I? Fuck, dude. I'd watch it with you guys. Honestly. Can we? It's not because it's not public domain. Can we just like watch it? Like, what are the rules here? Because I can pull up the whole thing for free. Anyone can. Well, but what if I get Mr. Bull gets like strikes me? You know what I mean? Dude, horror is the shit. Yeah, it's just. By the way, it used to show people's actual names. It had the makings of a Batman Punisher with Dexter huntings, but came off psychopath and wanted to stop crimes happening on his property so they aren't seized by the government. I guess. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad premise. Well, I mean, he told me to go fuck myself over a rampage. Well, he didn't tell me, but he said, fuck yourself. All right, I could just. Oh, by the way, everyone hit like on this stream, please. We got 9 of you in chat. You guys haven't hit stream yet. Please do so. Now, what is this? Coming soon from writer director Vaughn Coleman, Gay Face. All right, that was totally necessary. Can you all sign up for my goddamn book? My dick fell off from having too much sex with women. That didn't happen, MSK. That did not happen. Of things that didn't happen the most. I hit like on every Duckman stream too. Duckman is the man. Duckman. I like Duckman. All right. So let's talk about some other stuff, shall we, gamers? So now let's go over to the realm of video games. Because here's what I will say. Like, one of the things I will say about Citizen Vigilante is like, okay, it's taking off. Let's see movies that are. All right, anyway, sorry, I shouldn't be looking at that. Like more movies that are higher quality that are outside of the Hollywood system. I'd love to see that. Movies are expensive to make, though. Same with video games. And comics are, we have to compete with volume, but comics are most attainable. Video games are for cool people. Yeah, I agree. So one of the things I want to say is, first of all, I want to shout out my buddy Drew Outstanding, who he is one of my fellow Pimpcast co-hosts. Is in a movie called Duty to Disobey. He got screwed over with the whole vaccine thing. It's a horrible story. Recommend you guys look into what he has to say. I didn't realize that it was releasing today. I feel so bad. But it was only one night. It was in theaters, and I didn't find out until like 6 o'clock today. He had told us, and I feel so bad. But I'm going to have everyone check out Duty to Disobey. And then what we're going to do is see it together. We'll have to see it. Like, I'll see when it comes out online. But Drew is there. If you haven't already, check out Drew Outstanding's YouTube channel. Very good friend of mine. Follow him on all socials if you can. But yeah, he did appear on that. But that Duty to Disobey is what I meant to say. God. It's crazy though. Like we're seeing movies, and I think with the internet, people are able to just release shit, and then it's a matter of, because you think, oh, I put it online, people will watch it. People are all over the place, man. It's really hard. But every once in a while, I'll see something recommended in the algorithm, a topic I've never heard of, but sounds cool, and I kind of click on it. And so every once in a while, you get that, or you get the same kind of shit over and over and over and over and over again. Because, and I keep saying this, Hollywood is not the only center of the film world that make films. Correct. And I think more people are going to start to look outside of Hollywood. And I think things are changing ultimately for the better. And I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm really genuinely excited to see what is to come. I think that's really important. Now, what was I in the middle of typing? Let's take a break from that and talk about, there's some other really cool stuff. So Ocarina of Time, I did a video essay, and I want to do more video essays and stuff. They're just so time consuming, and sometimes they don't take off, but they're the most rewatchable content you make for sure. One of the things I want to talk about is Ocarina of Time. They're remaking it finally. And so I played the remake, or I played the 3DS remake. That's how I first played it. And it's really cool to see this. I didn't get a Switch 2. I've barely been playing games. I still need to play Stellar Blade. I need to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I've always wanted a game where you play as Zelda, and then one came out, but I was so busy and backlogged with stuff that I didn't even get to it. Oh, look at that. I'm going to make a priority.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity. At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest. Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest.
Beautiful, dude. I'm so hyped.
These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri.
This game is
Each had a
timeless.
fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy who did not have a fairy.
See, I obviously that's a bit like he wouldn't have the Triforce yet. To me, Ocarina of Time has the perfect balance between open world and very structured. And I love it. It's one of the greatest games ever made. I made a review of it years ago, and I said I was going to make more Zelda reviews, and then I just kind of didn't. But I was super into Zelda. Like, it was my main thing for a while. I've always wanted to do a Zelda fan film. But yeah, I mean, I am so all. Yeah, I will. When that comes out, you better believe it. I love the original. Love it. Play that and Majora's, which means if that comes out, then Majora's Mask is going to come out. Yeah, I mean, Legend of Zelda. So if people play it, you play the original, and then Majora's Mask is the sequel. Now, I'm curious what they're going to do with the graphics, because I think the 3D games did a really good job. I'm biased because that was my first exposure of taking that original art style, and the games still look old school and have an old school art style, and making it really work. And I really hope they don't over render and do shit like that. I really hope it looks cartoony still, but the right amount of like that art style from Ocarina of Time is my favorite. I think it's such a beautiful game. I want to play more of the games. But the thing is, video games, you get through them and it takes so long, and you're always pulled in a million directions. And that's the thing too. People are competing with the past, but they're competing with the future. They're competing with the past, and it's like I can always be reading older comics. I can always be reading newer comics. I can always be watching older movies. I could always be watching newer movies. There's no shortage of entertainment out there, and there's always wells to go back to. Like, I want to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played Stellar Blade yet, but again, and I want to enjoy more entertainment. I have a stack of comics to read that keeps getting higher, and there's never enough time in the day, and it's like you're fighting for people's time, money, and attention. And to me, I mean, what makes me happy, I think people want good old-fashioned escapism, and the fact of the matter is, you want something that's going to take you to another world, or something that maybe is personal to you, and it's tough, but I think that there's a lot of hope, and I have a million. Just recently, I've come up with like a bunch of really cool ideas that I would love to execute on that I haven't gotten to yet. And it's frustrating because you have to spend so much time marketing your ideas. But I think once something really takes off, I don't want to say, oh, my work will speak for myself and that's it. But sometimes I think I spend too much time promoting and not enough time just creating. And I think creating for promotion is big. And yeah, I think that's big. And I think I want to just keep talking more, and people will see, oh, I like his stuff on this and this and this. I think that's part of it. But I'm glad I'm like actually enjoying entertainment again. And that's the thing. I'm at a point where like I don't need a Marvel movie. I have Marvel comics for the rest of my life. I have indie comics. I have And again, we're spread so thin, and everyone wants to have like a thing that they're focused on. And I get it. You can only focus on so many things, believe me. Trying multitasking is tough. But I think people like they want a thing to fixate on, and they want their next fix, and the next fix, the next fix, the next fix. And people want those reliable franchises. So they want to keep doing Obsession. And there's probably going to be a bunch of other attempts at that movie that are just not going to be as earnest or as good. And that's the truth. But Curry Barker, you look, he has a lot of funny skits and whatever. And I didn't realize that until after the fact that he'd been building up his audience for a while. I'm looking forward to reading the award-winning transphobic opus X-Men Elseman. Yeah, John Byrne, who created the first openly gay character in comics, is now being canceled. And not, oh my God, they're releasing this during Pride. You know what? It's just such a dumb controversy. I ordered. Where the fuck is mine, by the way? Where the fuck is mine? Oh, nice. Congrats. I did too. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to appreciate a lot because, like, I've read the whole Claremont X-Men run, and I know Elseman is, like, from off the Dark Phoenix saga, which John Byrne wanted to do. That's going to be more popular probably than a lot of the current stuff. You know, they're still making a lot of series recently. In fact, there's one I just got that are set in the Claremont era, building off of his world, building off of his versions of the characters. It's because they're better. Just say it. Just say it, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, it is. It's 100% true. And I want to check on some stuff because it's like, there's always something else I could be working on, something else I could be talking about. That's the honest to God truth. Another thing. So I don't know if any of you guys are Zelda fans, because I'm a huge Zelda fan. Dude, I want to make a short film that's set after the events of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, right? Would love to do that. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Hold on. What is this? Sorry, my ADHD. You're seeing my ADHD untamed here. As I was about to type in the next thing. Because I definitely would love... I've crowdfunded a short film years ago. I would love to crowdfund a short film. But I can't just keep... Like, I want to start getting return on investments. But if I could just keep making projects and just have it compound, that'd be great.
Now move it out! Double time!
So are they remaking Halo? I don't know what this is, but I just saw this pop up.
We were losing the war. Pushed to the
I'm
edge of
going in completely
extinction
blind. I love
by an
Halo.
alien alliance
1, 2, and 3.
bent on our eradication.
Beautiful.
The Covenant.
Master
So we made a bet and trusted everything we had left to one soldier. Those of us who managed to escape found something. It wasn't refuge. It was something ancient. Beautiful.
So is this a remake of Combat Evolved?
And dangerous. The Covenant followed us here. If they claim this place, humanity doesn't survive.
That's not going to happen.
You are more than your armor.
Dude, it's got the original like green look.
More than your mission. And more than they can handle.
So good.
They believe they can break us. They believe the fight ends here. They're wrong.
Paintball. Wait. What is that? Is that just the campaign? Like not multiplayer or whatever? Because I don't even care if that's, or is this, what is this? Is it just, wait, capture on PS4 Pro? Is that true? No fucking way. I've been so out of the, that is, what? PS5. Dude, is Xbox throwing in the towel? Wait, hold on. How fucking far behind am I on Pokemon, too? That there's a whole new generation? I'm sorry. Time the fuck out. What is happening, bro? GTA 5? There's another... All right. You're going to... I'm going through all this, and you're just coming with me. That's it. We're watching video game drugs. That's what we're doing. Because what the fuck? I didn't play... I've had Scarlet since it came out. I haven't played it. I never missed Pokemon. But I did. What is happening, man? I'm getting old. I have responsibilities. Listen, all these things are fighting for my attention. And then on top of that, a million tasks. What is this? Okay, this isn't a new Pokemon generation, right? What? What the hell is this? It's a female because it has the heart-shaped tail. Or was that the intro to the... Oh, okay. We're going to do the right? What's going on? This is all Holland Pokemon, right? No, that's English. Where's that? That was a new one. What's that one? Right? What if that was new? Unless that was the last generation that I completely missed. Normally they start off with the starter Pokemon. So, this is another green bird? Tom-Bomb? Oh, Tom-Bomb is a shit. Ooh. Oh, we already had Rowlet. You know what I mean? Rowlet and Decidueye was good. Do we need another grass bird? Maybe. We got the legend. So this is a very ocean-centric game. Why can't there be like 10 Vaughns? There's one that plays video games all day, one that gets to do all the boring production work that I don't want to do, and the marketing and the posting on social media, one that gets to make videos, one that gets to watch movies, and one that gets to write scripts all day for comics, one that gets to write scripts all days for movies, and then we kind of work together. But no, we can't have that. Can't do it.
Long ago.
All right, here we go. FF7. What the fuck? There's another one? Dude, you guys, we're just doing this. This is just what we're doing on stream, and you guys are just gonna wait. 10? There's another remake. I haven't played Final Fantasy X, but I've heard it's really good. X-Men 97. We're just watching all these. This is what we're doing.
Long ago,
I have been in a cave.
a shadow fell upon our planet. Guided by calamity, one man sought dominion through reunion. By his will, a star fell. A meteor.
Vegan Mary and I are going to talk about this on stream. He already agreed to it. We just have to find the time.
Called forth to bring ruin to all. But our planet answered.
Maybe I should just wait, but fuck it, it's only 2 minutes.
Awakening mighty weapons to stand against this celestial threat. Now, hope endures in those who fight.
Long story short, the world's in trouble. It has been for a while.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
Look through. Mutai!
You're mine. I'll make this quick.
Dude, Vincent's going to be so fun to play as.
The sky's the limit.
Bing, political correctness. All right, that Tifa outfit is fire. But real quick, the political correctness, dude. Like, they fucking ruined Cid's character. Cid, for those of you that don't know Final Fantasy VII, so Cid is basically, he's just like, stupid bitch wife ruined my life. He's a fucking asshole to everyone. And then he's like a polite Southerner now. And it's like he's supposed to be a fucking dickhead. And that's why we like him. He doesn't take shit from anyone. And then he was like, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Cid. And it's like, that's not Cid. They got all the other characters right. And then they ruined Cid. And I don't like it. Well, and it's because all these like shit libs, they'll do this video as thick. This part of the game is problematic. It's called character development. First of all, and second of all, it's character flaws. And like, I just don't like the relationship. I think he treats her poorly. Me too. But I can still enjoy Cid's character. Like, I don't have to agree with everything he does.
I can do this. I'll make you proud.
Just ain't your day.
You had to change it.
Alright. Is that a weapon I see?
As far as I can tell, these things don't distinguish between friend and foe.
Save the planet by killing her protectors. Let us put your faith to the test, Cloud.
So this is gonna be weird, this game.
Never would have made it this far without you guys. And I won't let you down. I promise.
I can't wait for them to make the third part of the game 10 times more confusing for no fucking reason. That seems to be the trend with these remakes, is let's make them crazy. Riz here, thanks so much for shouting out, helping with LFK. Vaughn, hopefully my future endeavors will be better organized. My next one will be a little less crazy. Yeah, man. No, it's okay. But I'm glad you did as well as you did. But yeah, I think there were ways to keep the momentum going, and hopefully in the future it'll take off further. He did this book last Friday night, Riswald right here. So everyone check his stuff out. In fact, hold on, I just closed the tab. Everyone check out his website. Yeah, late pledges should have been open longer, but hopefully it happens. All right, now we're gonna look at This one.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me
Okay.
just tell you what it does.
Yeah.
First of all,
All right, here we go.
Coming up on the Starfall Islands.
You tracked the Chaos Emeralds here, right? Let's find out what drew them here.
I like the older Sonic voices better. I don't hate Roger Craig Smith, but I don't love him as Sonic. I think Ryan Drummond and Jason Griffith are better. And I think they're better for Sonic. I met Ryan Drummond in person. He was fucking awesome. The Sonic voice, leave me an autograph. It was really cool.
Are vast and clear. I hold my breath.
Apparently this game was good.
Step up a gear. Feel the wind. Smell the air. Chances are everywhere.
Before you embark, there is one other scenario to consider.
No, it's been rough. Things are confusing. I need you guys to just follow my lead. I need you three to find the Chaos Emeralds.
You can count
Chaos Emeralds?
Deep inside, obstacles are no excuse. Come what may, there's nothing to lose. Turbulence won't stop us, we'll keep moving through. Challenges life goes our way, make us even stronger today. Things that we ignite.
Here we go.
Find the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh, you guys are the best.
Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Well, what will you do?
The best I can.
Am I gonna get copyright strike for all this? What's up, Jim Alaska? Well, I think I know who you are. I saw you in Charlotte. I put you two together. I think I got it.
Wow. Nice catch, Sonic.
Big the Cat, epic. Code Veronica, that's its own game, right? Okay. All right, you know what? I think we've watched enough of these for now. You know what I mean? Isn't there like the Wolverine game, the X-Men haven't existed in this world yet or some shit? Is that right? I think I heard that somewhere. Let's check back in on where we are at sign-up-wise. So we have not even gotten a full 10 signups yet. That's fine, but just want to remind everyone that Phenomenova issue 5, we have begun the signups. I also do want to announce something. I realized I didn't put it out. There is going to be I can say for sure that, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, the 250th anniversary of this year great nation is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And because it is upon us, it is imperative on us that we celebrate such a momentous occasion. And here at Rebel Oasis Studio, we are proud Americans. God bless America. And for the 250th anniversary of this year great nation, we are going to be doing a limited exclusive Phenomenal Issue 1 variant cover. There will only be 100 of them printed. And you will be seeing it on social media very soon. So it'll be on my website for you to pre-order, and it should be printed by the end of the month and shipped by latest sometime in August. It'll be very fast because we love our Americans here in this great nation. Bobby Christopherson, an American patriot, has done this beautiful Phenomenova issue. You know what? In fact, I'm going to show it. Fuck it, Bobby. We're going to show the black and white art on stream. It is currently being colored. Let me go ahead and send it to myself. My esteemed colleague, if you could send it to me right now. If you could send it to me right now, I will pull it up on screen. But it is, as soon as it goes live, everyone, I would appreciate if you got it. And then those will ship right after the issue 4 campaign fulfills. That's going to be, so my fulfillment campaign is going to be busy. And on top of that, fingers crossed, we should have a preview book. It'll be a really mini preview book, like 12 pages, but it'll have a really cool cover. It'll be, you know, limited. It'll be for Anime Matsuri, for Bell County, and then for Phenomenova issue 5X, The Wraith Crown. That'll be a lot of fun. That, fingers crossed, should be done soon. We're going to be selling those, and I think people are really going to enjoy it, guys. I think people are really going to enjoy it. So we've got some really good stuff coming your way, so keep an eye out for that. In fact, I think I need to update my website. Maybe to include this. So I think I might get on that. But honestly, I think I've had a pretty successful first episode of this show. I'm definitely going to do more, but I've got some work to get back to. Well, also, you know what? It's nighttime. I can relax. You know what I mean? I might relax a bit, but I'm going to do a little bit more work. But yeah, I've got a lot going on. And needless to say, VAUGHNCAST is going to be here to stay. I'm really enjoying it. Having a lot of fun. And Coleman and crew, tomorrow, we are going to be talking about Michael. That movie. I am very excited. If anyone here is a fan of Michael Jackson, the king of pop, wants to stop by, we're going to talk about that excellent film. And thank you so much. And peace out, guys. Let me know what kind of content you want me to make more of, and I will get on it. I'm going to be doing more shorts, hopefully more videos. We've got a lot to get into. I had fun. The stream kind of blew by. I know I'm all over the place, but I mean, I get the sense that you guys, you know the drill when you watch my stuff. This has been fun. And again, I've got a lot of things planned, and I hope that I can continue to grow. And part of the reason I want to grow following more than anything is so I can keep doing what I love and keep putting out content and keep employing people. You know what I mean? Like if I get the more money I get, the more people I can employ to keep my projects going and keep things going smoothly and give the people what they want. And you might not even know what you want. I have a bunch of ideas, but I've rambled long enough. Thank you guys so much. Plenty of content. I'm going to make more time to talk about the shit that I love. The shit I don't love too, but more the shit I love. And I think people are really going to enjoy that. You know, it's important. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully everyone can stop by tomorrow. Peace out and have a great rest of your night. Yeah.
My name is Miles Hanksley. I am Galvanite. My names are synonymous with failure because that's all they know. They don't know how hard I've worked since the reactor. Today, I will prove that I'm not a failure. I am worthy of joining Phenomenova.